Best open world games you should play in 2022. Open world games are one of the most popular genres in the industry. Once the developers realized that giving players the option of exploration pays far more than it costs them developing, they know that there's a lot of money to be made. Open world games have come a long way over the years, offering more freedom to explore and in how we approach goals, but what open world titles have it all? Best open world, best challenges, best story, best characters? We've put together a list of the best open world games for you. And here are the best 10 open world games that you should try to play in our opinion. So, enjoy the video. Number 10. Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is a 2021 first-person shooter game developed by Ubisoft Toronto and published by Ubisoft. It is the sixth main installment in the Far Cry series and the successor to 2018's Far Cry 5. Similar to the previous entries in the series, Far Cry 6 is a first-person shooter game, set in an open-world environment navigable on foot or via various land, water, and air vehicles. Far Cry 6 takes us to the fictional locale of Yara, someone in South America, where you're charged with becoming a guerrilla fighter called Danny, and toppling the dictatorship led by the Castillo family, namely a chap called Anton, played by Giancarlo Esposito. It's also a huge open world with plenty of activities to tick off while you're doing all that politics stuff. Mysteries to solve, races to complete, companions to find, citizens to help. There's a lot to do in Yara. Far Cry 6 was released worldwide for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S.
Go put that come mierda down.
I won't die in this town.
Number 9. Watchdogs, Legion. Watchdogs, Legion is a 2020 action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft Toronto and published by Ubisoft. It is an action-adventure game played from a third-person perspective, and taking place within an open-world setting based upon London, which can be explored either on foot utilizing parkour moves vehicles, or fast-traveling via the city's underground stations. You are a part of the hacking group DedSec and have to fight against the authoritarian regime in the country. Characters are themselves categorized in different categories, and their abilities revolve around the same. The game is undoubtedly going to be a blast shortly, so get ready to rate it all. The game was released for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Number 8. Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is a 2021 first-person shooter game developed by 343 Industries and published by Xbox Game Studios. It is the sixth mainline entry in the Halo series, following Halo 5, Guardians, 2015. Halo Infinite has made a pretty masterful transition into an open world. It brings out the best of Halo Combat Evolved's previous glory, while also bringing a new experience for veteran players. The grapple hook opens up Zeta Halo in a way we've never experienced before, increasing the tactical options and letting you explore this beautiful space. While Infinite introduces collectibles, they're not too prolific and many are signposted on the in-game map. The only ones you'll really have to go digging for are the Halo Infinite skulls, something Halo players should be used to by now as they are in every game. The game was released for PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Number 7. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is an action-adventure survival game developed and published by Hello Games. Forget open world, No Man's Sky is open universe. Whereas some open world games give you a city or even a state to explore, this game starts with an entire planet, and it only expands from there. You can explore it freely, finding outposts, meeting wildlife, causing trouble, mining for minerals, looking for artifacts, building bases, and messing around with No Man's Sky mods. Then once you've fixed your ship and blasted off into the stars, you can find other completely different planets to explore and exploit. You could spend your entire life playing No Man's Sky and not see everything the game has to offer. It's time to explore the whole universe while playing one of the best open-world games, where you can land on unknown planets with your teammates and try to survive the most hazardous environment. You can even set up your base on a certain planet, after which it is possible to visit each other's intergalactic base for socialization. The game was released for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Number 6. Batman: Arkham Knight. Batman: Arkham Knight is a 2015 action-adventure game developed by Rocksteady Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. The game is ready for you with this fantastic open-world game for PC where Gotham City is going to be explored the way you wish to. Notice the tiniest details of Gotham City, which are attention-grabbing, and now you are ready to grab down the criminals to save the city. Fly around the city with your cape, use voice synthesizers to imitate as Harley Quinn, dive deep or glide away. You are the Batman, and no one is going to stop you. And how can you even forget Batmobile, which is bulletproof and can perform so many tasks that were ever unimagined? The game was released for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 5. Mad Max. Mad Max is an action-adventure game set in an open-world post-apocalyptic environment, emphasizing vehicular combat, where the player is the eponymous Mad Max. Developed by Avalanche Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. If the basic plot of the game is to be studied, then the main character is responsible for fighting with other men so that the car can be rebuilt. This car is driven in an open-world game as you solve various physics-based puzzles by unlocking the map. There are more ways beyond this storyline, but for that, you have to keep driving, meet more guys, beat them and enjoy being Mad Max. For any fan of the Mad Max series, open-world games, or games that are simply over-the-top sensational rides, this underrated gem is more than worth a look. Visuals and style are definitely highlights of the experience. But most importantly, Mad Max manages to do what many open-world games fail to do, simultaneously create an engaging environment, while also making it incredibly fun to explore, while maintaining an engaging narrative to follow. This game was released for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 4. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is a 2015 stealth game developed by Kojima Productions and published by Konami. Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the best examples of how an open-world game should approach its challenges. There's more than one way to go at any situation, and the result is a feeling of unprecedented freedom of choice. The game is played from a third-person perspective in an open world which can be explored either on foot or by modes of transport. At its best, it's pure play, reminiscent of smashing army men together in a playground sandbox, but with a fantastic soundtrack and more than enough of Kojima eccentricity to make it feel even more special. While the story is ultimately unfinished, and it can't hold itself together through to the end, the freedom it affords makes it incredible regardless of its narrative shortcomings. This game was released for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It also playable on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Number 3. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim is an action role-playing video game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is the fifth main installment in the Elder Scrolls series. The player may freely roam over the land of Skyrim, an open-world environment consisting of wilderness expanses, dungeons, caves, cities, towns, fortresses, and villages. Each city and town in the game world has jobs such as farming for the player to engage in. Players may navigate the game world more quickly by riding horses, paying for a ride from a city's stable, or utilizing a fast travel system that allows them to move their character immediately to a previously discovered location. With its engrossing story, living open world, and more content than any one person knows what to do with, The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim still stands today as one of the greatest open world RPGs a person can spend their time with. This game was released for all platform on PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Number 2. Fallout, New Vegas. Fallout, New Vegas is a 2010 action role-playing game developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Bethesda Softworks. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic open-world environment that encompasses a region consisting of parts of Arizona, California, and Nevada. Players take control of a character known as the Courier. While transporting a package across the Mojave Desert to the city of New Vegas, which used to be Las Vegas, the Courier is ambushed, robbed of the package, shot, and buried in a cemetery. Ultimately, the Courier is dug out and recovers from their wound. The Courier then begins a journey to find their would-be killer and recover the package, makes friends and enemies among various warring factions, and ultimately becomes caught up in a conflict that will determine who controls New Vegas and the Mojave Wasteland. This game was released for PC, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Number 1. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is an open-world action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo. Similar to the original 1986 Legend of Zelda, players are given minimal instruction and can explore the open world freely. Breath of the Wild is the ultimate realization of the promise of the Zelda series, a template first laid out way back in the NES days. Breath of the Wild is, quite simply, the game we imagined ourselves playing all those years ago. The images we held in our minds, colored by the art in the instruction manual, were suddenly made three-dimensional, fully explorable, and infinitely replayable. Even though Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, we've still not seen any game come close to its blend of charm, freedom, and gravitas. Simply pointing Link in any direction was a guarantee for discovery and adventure, and the movement afforded by the addition of so many easily climbable surfaces makes it the greatest and most magical, fully realized open-world game ever created. This game was released for Nintendo Switch and Wii. Bonus game. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a 2018 action-adventure game developed by Rare and published by Microsoft Studios. The player assumes the role of a pirate who completes voyages from different trading companies. The multiplayer game sees players explore an open world via a pirate ship from a first-person perspective. Groups of players encounter each other regularly during their adventures, sometimes forming alliances, sometimes going head-to-head. Sea of Thieves offers you an open-world playground, which is just waiting for you to create your own stories within it. Become a legendary pirate, build your crew, discover treasures, and more. This is a game that's come a long way since it first launched in 2018, with ongoing updates and additions coming along all the time. It's also got a stellar community, which only aids to the pirate fantasy. This game was released for PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is an action role-playing game developed and published by miHoYo. The game features an anime-style open-world environment and an action-based battle system using elemental magic and character switching. The game is free-to-play and is monetized through gacha game mechanics through which players can obtain new characters and weapons. What if you took Breath of the Wild and added JRPG elements and a little sprinkling of anime? Well, welcome to Genshin Impact. The world of Teyvat is full of mysteries, not only about who you are and why you're there, and with constant updates and more characters being added at regular intervals, there are so many reasons to dive in. This game was released for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS. Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 5 is a racing video game set in an open-world environment based in a fictional representation of Mexico developed by Playground Games and published by Xbox Game Studios. The only racer on this list of best open-world games, but Forza Horizon 5 more than earns its spot. This arcade racer has you exploring Mexico as the lastest Horizon Festival, a huge celebration of all things on four wheels, and occasionally some special guests too. The game has the largest map in the entire Forza Horizon series, being 50% larger than its predecessor, Forza Horizon 4, while also having the highest point in the Horizon series. The map contains an active caldera volcano, jungles and beaches, ancient Mayan temples, and towns and cities such as Guanajuato. Players can explore the open world freely, though they can also compete in multiplayer races and complete the campaign mode. This game was released for PC, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. So, those are some of the open-world games that we recommend for you to play in 2022. We hope this video is useful for you. If there are additional games that you find interesting to play, please add them in the comments column below. Don't forget to subscribe, like and turn on the bell so you can be notified when we upload a new video. See you in the next video.